All right, countdown to the holidays is still in full effect here at the 8. Welcome, Sean Fitzgerald.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you here. So for this week, as we've been in the mindset of playing games and in the spirit of hot franchise brands, Halal Guys, who we had yesterday, you can see their two sauces, we're going to do the Halal Guys Challenge. What that is a little bit of hot sauce, a little bit of white sauce on a Ritz cracker, if you can see down there. Okay, so on the count of 3, we're all going to eat the cracker, and we're going to see how long we can go with the 8 without quitting.
Okay.
Okay? On 3.
I don't like this game.
Yeah, we got to play it. You're part of the 8. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, I just took a bite. That's hot. I'd eat the whole thing. And neither did Cassie. Oh, no, that I would have done that too.
This is the 8. All right, welcome back. Sean, you want milk? I brought milk today.
Water.
You don't have. I have my water. You got to finish the cracker before we go.
No, that's hot.
So, should we play 2 truths, 1 lie?
Yes, always.
Okay, 2 truths, 1 lie. Kick off the 8. Cassie and I had regular Tabasco. You had halal sauce. Truth or lie?
I hope that's a lie.
Oh, that's true.
I was like thinking, this is really starting to hurt.
I mean, we spent a significant amount of time in the kitchen mixing up this.
A lot of prep work.
I knew I shouldn't have.
Mine's not that bad. But
That's hot.
But to be fair,
That soy milk's not good.
say sorry to Michael.
Say sorry to Michael.
You insulted his.
Oh, Michael, that's great soy milk.
Okay, so the other truth is, to make sure it wouldn't be that bad, I did one.
So you've eaten that sample?
I had it as a sample just to make sure it wouldn't be that bad.
It's pretty hot.
Isn't it?
It's still burning. I'm going to start sweating here in a minute, I can tell.
I think that was a great move.
No.
It was
Pretty
I
fantastic.
don't know why I fall for it. That's the thing is, like, I looked at yours. I saw red stuff on it, and I'm like, oh, they have more red stuff than me. They're going to be nice to me. And you got me. Again.
Oh, I feel a little bad, but not that bad.
You did a good job setting that one up.
Fantastic. Let's kick this off.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we have some fantastic news for women in franchising. There was a recent report published by the Federal Reserve Banks of New York and Kansas City, and women are opening up small businesses right now at a faster pace than men. So right now, about 1 in 5 small businesses is majority female owned, and that comes after the number of those majority female owned firms between 2007 and 2015 jumped by 22%. So
I think it's great. I have had the pleasure to work for 2 women CEOs. I'd love to see more of it. I think you'll continue to see it as franchisees. And, it's a great thing for the industry. And I think it's going to be good to continue to see that grow.
Yeah, there's going to be more data that comes out from 1851. We were working with Franais to study what is the increase in female versus male franchisees, and there's definitely an increase there. So what does this mean? Maybe as a business community, we're not stuck in old ways.
Yeah, I think people are starting to look at how they can grow careers, and you're seeing more and more women in the workforce. So why can't they be more involved in entrepreneurial opportunities? So I think it's good to expand that realm of opportunity.
Yeah, I think females as a category is now eliminated. It's just people. And that we've done a good job from a media standpoint of changing it from spokesman to spokesperson. I mean, there's been good shifts in that. We got a lot of work to do. Clearly, there's been a lot of bad news on still the way that females are treated in the workplace. But it's good. I like seeing some of this data, especially as it relates back to franchising, where the person gets to make the decision if they're going to be in charge or not. So Speaking of another powerful female leader,
Yes.
our Fran Leberty this week.
Our Fran Leberty is Jennifer Saxton, the founder and CEO of Tot Squad. And so she and her Young Ones to Watch feature, which is now up on the main site on 1851, kind of talks about how she really isn't just creating this business, she's kind of carving her own path within an industry of trying to educate people on the fact that they might have some issues with their child gear and some of that equipment that they have. So it's interesting to see a woman leader in franchising that's carving out this her own brand, in addition to kind of paving the way in this new industry.
And Jennifer is amazing at sharing 1851 content on Facebook.
Yes.
So here's another piece, Jen. You can share this with your entire audience. Thanks for promoting us as well. Fresh money.
All right, so last week for Fresh Money, we talked about how franchisees could get ready for tax season. And this week, we're talking about how franchisors can get ready for tax season. So we had some more accounting experts weigh in on how this kind of works on the opposite side of the coin. And some of the advice is pretty similar, like getting your books in order. But for these businesses, it's kind of looking at your purchasing assets, making sure that you're running tax projections, and seeing if you're eligible for any credits before you get slammed when the season starts.
Vitally important to be smart with your books. Sean, any feedback or recommendations for franchisors, especially as they look at being audited financials or preparing for FDD updates?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because, when you're preparing taxes and your financials, you're always looking to show minimal profits because then you have to pay taxes on that. At the same time, you got to take into consideration, though, that, your financials can be shown in your FDD, so it's good to show profits from a candidate perspective. From a franchisee perspective, the same thing applies. If you're looking to eventually exit your franchise and sell your business in the next 2 to 3 years, you want to start showing your tax returns with really strong return, so that way you're preparing for that resale. So talk to your tax professional, but think long term a little bit more when you're doing these. Would be my advice.
Okay, I'm going to stop with the jokes about Frant of the Week because it's always going to be mine because I am the only weekly columnist on 1851.
Lies. It's still your column this week, but we actually had another column go up this week from...
I said weekly. It was not a lie.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Okay.
It was the truth.
But it's a call out to all of you out there that want to have content written on the franchise industry's technically probably the most important publication in franchising. Right?
I would agree.
So message us if you're interested in becoming a writer.
All right, so yeah, we're continuing
So
on.
what's my column this week?
Your column this week is you're picking up from where you left off because we're having that one continuous column this month instead of different articles. So head back to that link. And so this is talking about how leads can become more serious candidates once the discovery process kind of kicks in there. And from franchisee validation to building that brand buzz, there's this checklist of items that candidates are looking for that you kind of elaborate on and explain why they're important.
I agree.
Cool.
Because I wrote it.
Yep.
You agree?
I agree.
Actually, to be
I'm not
fair,
saying that.
to be fair, right before we started, Cassie said we're going to include Nick's column in Friend of the Week, and Sean said that's no good.
Yes.
All right, let's French
By the
forward.
way, if you just tuned in and you missed it at the beginning, I'm not drinking a lot of water because I'm nervous. My mouth is still hot.
Why is your mouth hot?
Because I apparently fell for your shenanigans.
You did not fall for my shenanigans. Here's the truth, and there was a purpose to this. Every franchise thinks that they're a hot franchise, but only 1 out of 3 actually is. So to represent the true data points, we all think that we're hot franchises, but not everyone can be a hot franchise. You are a hot franchise.
I didn't do my due diligence.
You did do your due diligence because you won.
No, I didn't eat all of them and say, oh, this one's hotter.
Yeah, or which we're going to French forward to McDonald's, or you did not join the crowd. You stood out, and you are a founder, my friend.
I don't see that connection at all, but I just ate the cracker in front of me. And it was loaded.
What a tagline. I just ate the cracker in front of me. It's such a statement.
Yeah.
Hey, Emily behind the camera, if you can grab that image of Sean saying that with a quote and we can make it a shareable image on Each Page One, I think it'll be good.
I don't think so.
All right, let's French forward.
All right, we're Frenching forward. So McDonald's kind of found a unique way to French forward with the help of augmented reality. So Snapchat, which obviously isn't a stranger to sponsored content, teamed up with McDonald's to create the first ever sponsored Bitmoji. So if you're not familiar with what that is, it's like a little animated version of yourself, and McDonald's created this scene where your Bitmoji steals a cup of McCafe coffee from you. So I think it's just an interesting way that augmented reality is being integrated within brand marketing and advertisements, and it's another good way, as we say here a lot, just to get your brand name out there.
Yeah, good technology move by McDonald's. We were talking about this a lot last night about whether it's more important to have great technology or great process, and still process. The key to McDonald's is still great burgers, great fries, great shakes, consistent, not necessarily all the tech behind it. So still sticking with the fundamentals, but adding some pieces to your brand. Fran Funny, I'm going to hand this to you because you're most likely to laugh at this.
I'm always funny. Okay.
Not heard this one yet.
What do you call an obnoxious reindeer?
No idea.
Rudolph.
I like it.
Thanks.
The dumber it is, the more I like it.
Another good shareable quote. All right, for inspiration now, this comes from Galen Welch, the co-founder and CEO of Jibu, who is also part of our Young Ones to Watch series. So it says, the advice I would have given myself earlier on would be have the courage to create.
Great.
Okay. Now for frenemies versus Frans. This one is one that can go up in the air. So end of the year, including our own list, a lot of publications are coming out with what's next for 2018, trends that you can expect. And there was one that we add back to our main site from QSR Magazine about trends in the fast food industry. Some of them I'm on board with, like obviously Instagram is still going to be a huge trend. You need that foodie presence. But this one I found was interesting, especially because I tried a unicorn frappuccino here on the 8. Apparently that's no longer...
You tried?
No, I tried the unicorn frappuccino. You tried the zombie frappuccino.
Correct.
But so I guess the unicorn and rainbow trend is going to be out, and it's going to be now like charcoal foods to make food black. And like, cool, but I just don't know how appetizing that's going to be.
It is going to go right in line with mushroom chocolate.
Yeah, word. Don't do it.
So as we close out the 8, and we're only 2 weeks away from the big holidays. Sean, at the start of this, how hot was your mouth?
It was a good 9.5.
And now?
It's a good 8.5.
All right, so the lesson to be learned here, franchise brands, you may be hot at one point, but if you stop committing to eating your brand, then your hotness may decline. So keep doing the fundamentals, franchisors. It's the only way you're going to win this game.
I don't know how you got that out of a cracker.
This is the 8.